Hello everyone, welcome to today's training with AgMat. Okay, once again, my name is Dr. Uche, your special guest, Chief Technical Officer. Over the last videos, we have seen how to prepare a good substrate for your larva to feed on. And substrate is actually a type of compounded feed that your larva should be able to feed on once they hatch. Okay, once they hatch, they should be able to have a rich kind of feed that will allow them, grow and continue the process. Okay, so but today I want to take us through the process of hatching the black soldier fly egg. In hatching the black soldier fly egg, there are other preceding procedures that should have gone, like being able to capture your black soldier fly, male and female, so they be able to lay egg for you. So in that, well, in AgMat, we have already captured them, but I would like to also tell you the processes, how you can get your male and female black soldier fly. Now, you can get them in the wild, and in the wild that means you have to set up some attractants for them, but you also have to be specific where you're going to put your attractants for them to come, because attractant, like the word attractant, is something that will attract them. And so most times it's smell. The smell is what attracts them. The smell has to be so strong enough to attract them, because what attracts them is that, okay, if I come here and feed on whatever is attracting me, I can be able to lay my eggs here, and then when my eggs hatch, they'll be able to see what they will eat. So that is the whole idea of putting attractants. And you don't just go to the wild and put attractants. There are places Bsf can be found. Okay, now, like I was saying, you have to have attractants that can bring the black soldier fly, male and female, so they can come and mate, and then the female lays egg in crevices. Now, tips on where Bsf can be found. Bsf is normally found close to poultry houses where you have enough of the manure, close to pig houses where you have a lot of the manure too. So these areas you can go and put a good attractant somewhere and watch after days, monitor it and see if you can see clusters of eggs in your where you kept your attractant. And you don't just put attractant there. I will show you later what your attractant should look like and how you need to place it for them to be attracted and come to lay eggs on there. So this is what our attractant bowl looks like, and the attractant is inside is a form of mixture of purees, pre-purees, and all that can be able to attract them to come and lay eggs here. So if you look at all these woods that we have here, you can clearly see eggs being laid in clusters. Take a look at all these are eggs, and they are laid in clusters. Once they finish laying these eggs, we harvest our eggs every other day. That's every 2 days. Once they are done, you can see the eggs. You can see some. This was just pulled out from the insectarium, so to demonstrate this, like you can see. So after laying, these eggs are being collected and incubated. So talking about hatching the black soldier fly egg, it means that you have already collected the egg and then you want to hatch. It's not something you do just like chicken egg. You put it in an incubator and they hatch over time. It's the same process here. You incubate them so that they'll be able to hatch. And incubating them means that you have to incubate them under desired temperature, humidity. So it's a function of being able to give them the adequate temperature, the adequate humidity that is and lightning that is needed, so that they can be able to hatch within 3 to 5 days. I'll show you what it looks like to hatch Bsf egg. Now let me go through the Bsf biology, egg biology. Okay, when Bsf lay egg, they normally lay it in clusters. I mean, if we're able to use a microscope to look at an egg of Bsf, it's around 0.25 millimeter. Okay, that's the size in diameter of a Bsf egg. But they lay it in clusters, that in each cluster you are able to see from 300 to 600 eggs per cluster, and each of them hatch within 3 to 5 days in adequate temperature and humidity. So they hatch within these days. Now, in the incubation process, you can remember the last time we're shown how to make substrates. Now, right inside here are the substrate. Is the substrate that was made at that time. But if you look very well, you can see that many of the incubated eggs. Now, this is our incubation egg stand. This here is our incubation egg stand. and it has mesh here. So this allows every hatched egg to be able to crawl through this place and enter the substrate so that they can be able to feed. These eggs here were taken, and this should be their second day, and just the second day we have had this kind of hatch. You can see the hatchability is very much. If you look through, most of them have actually hatched and fallen into. There are some that are still, okay, look at this one. Oh my God, look at this one. They are still hatching. We place them here. And about the incubation, once the substrate is done, it's a fermented substrate, put the egg stand and put the eggies. Now, to some people, they will handpick the eggs and put directly on the mesh, and the eggs just hatch. But eggs are being handled meticulously, because the way you handle your egg also matters. If you handle it roughly, you might kill them and they won't be able to hatch. So our best way is not to scrape the eggs. We don't do that anymore. We allow them to by themselves detach from the woods and fall in. In that way, we really have high percentage of hatchability. So when this is placed inside the substrate, it's being covered with a net like this. This prevents housefly from going there to lay their own eggs. So we leave them like this for the next 2 to 3 days. And in the next 3 days, all of them here would have, and when they hatch, we remove the egg stand, we remove the eggies, and then go to the next phase, which is when we now start dividing and separating and feeding them with another type of feed. Now, if you look very close here, these are the ones that the egg stands have been removed because they have hatched. You look very closely, you will see neonates. In fact, there are big ones here, probably the time that this one's hatched. You can see neonates, call them neonates. That's in their first instar. The hatchability is high. The more richer your substrates, the more your hatchability percentage. So your substrate matters, and you can see how moist your substrate should be. It shouldn't be watery, it shouldn't be dry. In our next video, I'm going to take you through some biology of the BSF larva so you understand how they feed. Okay, in our upcoming videos, I'm going to demonstrate and explain more about the biology of BSF larva so you understand how they feed. Because if you understand the physiology of their feeding, that is how you will understand what kind of substrate is best for them. Just like every other animal, if you do not understand the digestion process, you don't understand how the digestive system works and how they feed, you won't be able to understand the best feed. Just like every other animal, our substrate is being formulated based on the biology of the digestion or digestive system of BSF larva. So in one of these days, I'm going to talk about their digestive system and the process of feeding. So when you're formulating your substrate, you understand the best substrate to use. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well and click on our notification button so that you can subscribe and get more of what we do here. AgMat is not just here to produce BSF, produce products that are used in the agricultural sector. We are a research company, a research-oriented company. So we base all our products based on research. We base all our products on research. And so if you follow us, you'll be able to learn scientific processes of handling things and scientific process of BSF production, and not just producing BSF blindly. So keep following us so that you get every tip you need to have your own BSF farm. Thank you very much.